Welcome to T.O.L Studios, and today in lesson 4 we're going to take a look at taking the 7 examples that I'd shown you before and showing you how to do eighth notes on the hi-hats rather than doing the quarter notes. That's the only thing that's going to change. Your kick drum and your snare are going to be the same patterns. Now some of these it might make them more difficult, so I'll kind of go through each one. I'll refer back to the original way with the quarter notes first, and then I'll kind of branch it into the new way. So like if we take example 1, we had that one just going kick, snare, kick, snare. So all that's going to stay the same where you're still kick, snare, kick, snare. But we're going to take the quarter notes and make them eighth notes. So basically you're hitting 2 hi-hats for everything that you do with the kick and the snare. So if we had real slow going the quarter notes, if I turn around and do eighth notes, it's going to be, so I'm hitting 2 for each kick and each snare. The way we'd count those, if you kind of remember before when I did the quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. If I do that to a metronome, I've got this set at 56. That's going to have me going. I'll do it with the quarter notes first. So the original way, I'll do another one, and then this is example 1. Now the new way, again if I count that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so I'm still going snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick. That's still 1, 2, 3, 4, but instead of going, that's quarter notes on the hi-hats, eighths, again just doubling it. Okay, and again you can take that up different tempos as well. I'm going to go slow on these just so you can kind of see them slower. So if I go to example 2, that one with the quarter notes we had it going, which was the 1 and 2, 3, 4. So again, that kick and snare is going to be the same pattern, but instead of doing my quarter notes, going, this is example 2, we're going to go double that. So you get to hit, like with each kick on this one, you'll end up bouncing 2 hi-hats with that. Okay, now here's back to quarter notes. Do it again. This is example 2. Here's your eighth notes on the hi-hats. Okay, now if I do that with the metronome so you can kind of hear that one. So example 2 again with the quarter notes. I'll do it first. So you got, sorry, I started in eighth, but here's quarter notes coming. Example 2. I'll do it again. Okay, now here's with the eighths. And as I've always said in the last few videos, if you mess up, reset your metronome, stop for a minute, gather your thoughts. If you have to kind of go back and think of the, quarter notes, kind of picture that, so that way you can slow down and picture the new way with the eighths. That way if you kind of mess up, you can just, as long as it takes, so you kind of get it, and then just put your metronome back on again. Same thing. Okay, and then repeat it over and over. That way, if one time you're a little bit quick, say like kind of speed up a little there. That way you can try to do it the second time, settle back in, and just do as much as you can. Okay? So number 3, example 3, we would have had it going the original way, going. That's with the quarter notes on the hi-hats. Now we're going to have it going, with your eighth notes. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The original way. And so I would always try to play these at the same tempo, so that way if you hear number 3 with your quarter notes, make sure you're hearing quarter notes, back to your A's, do that one again. See, again, that way if you mess up when you're with your metronome, doing it over and over. So here's the number 3. Let's say you missed like a kick there, you just kind of wait. I usually let that settle back in. Count that 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm still really counting the kick and the snare pattern. That's what you're hearing for your accent. The cymbal patterns I'm showing you, whether it's the quarters or the eighths, that's kind of like the set rhythms. I mean, like basically your metronome. That's what everything's centering around. I mean, all these are staying locked in rhythm, but your accents you're going to kind of hear with that kick, pattern, and then. But you can tell that sounds a little busier with the eighth notes versus if I'm going quarters. Okay, but sometimes that sounds really cool for a drum part, doing the quarter notes that way, so it kind of drags behind the rhythm. So different things you can do along with guitar parts and piano parts. So number 4, example 4, we would have had it gone. That's with the quarter notes. Okay, if we do our eighth notes, and again it's doubling everything, so 2 for each one. With the metronome. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Kick, snare. Kick, snare. Okay, now that would take us up to example 5. On example 5, we had that one going. With the quarter notes. Okay, now this is the one that sometimes it makes this one that used to be a little tricky. Sometimes by doing the eighth notes, some of my students actually learn this pattern a little quicker. Everybody's different, but mainly because you kind of know that you're hitting 2 of these and it helps you understand how that goes. But if we had it going, that's the quarters, we're going to have it going. Still hitting 2, so here's the quarter note. This is number 5, again, example 5. With the eighth notes. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, I do that with the metronome, so going 1, 2, and 3, 4, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, 1, 2, and 3, 4, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. Okay, if we go to number 6, we would have had that one the original way. And again, that one, if I was counting that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick. Okay, if I put the 8s, again, there's 2 for each one, but we're going to have that. So if I'll count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick. If I do that with the metronome, I'll do the quarter notes first so you can kind of hear it. And that's the quarter notes with your 8s. And I'll say the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick. Okay, then that would bring us up to example 7. And 7, we had that one just going where that kind of just keeps repeating, meaning 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So with your 8s, I'll do it a little slower. But if you remember saying before, this is one that's real easy to get used or lost if you're not counting, so make sure you are paying attention to that being 2 and 3, 4 and 1, because otherwise you're just repeating and you might not think it matters, but if you get in a different spot, like the instruments, piano, the bass player, the guitar, horns, any of those people might be doing something at a certain spot and better know exactly where it's at, or you're going to be kind of guessing where they're coming in. Okay, so here's the quarter notes first. Okay, next time I'll put the 8s in. And again, you just kind of tell how it's the same drum pattern, but with the 8s it speeds it up, gives it a little different feel. Quarter notes again is kind of a little behind. So kind of depending on what type of rhythm of the instruments that be going on, kind of gives a drummer can get pretty creative on not only keeping the tempo, but what type of drum beat to put underneath the music. Now those are the quarter notes. You know, you might decide to put the 8s. Okay, so it just kind of depends on that, but here's your 8s, me saying it. And again, this is number 7. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and kick, snare, kick, 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 kick. Okay, so that gives you again the first 7 exercises that I would have shown everybody how to play for basic rhythms and putting the quarter notes on the hi-hats. Now we've taken those same examples and we've explored putting eighth notes on the hi-hats. I'll come back in the next lesson and just work a little bit on taking the same ones, showing you how to speed up the tempo a little bit. After that, we're going to take the same 7 and start kind of experimenting with hitting the extra snare drums a little bit. And again, just to give you the idea how we can keep shuffling things around and creating new patterns. Again, the next few videos as well, I'll start kind of breaking down drum fills a little bit separately and some exercises also to do fills with your snare drum and your kick drum. Start to incorporate the cymbal as well. So have some fun with these because you want to be a real good solid rhythm player first before you start adding all these other things in, because the more you add, it can kind of throw out your rhythm a little bit. You want to be solid first before you add anything to it. Have some fun. We'll see you in the next video.